Hey, what's up, guys? I'm going to be going live here. Just give me a second. So I have two plays for you guys in baseball. I'm going to show you the actual bet slip that I really like for today, and then I'm going to talk about the other team that I like as well. We had a perfect day yesterday, 4-0 day. I gave away the Blue Jays yesterday. They won easily. I believe the score was 10-4. I didn't follow up, but the last time I looked at it, it was like 7-4 in the bottom of the ninth, and I think they actually scored. Anyways, they won by a lot. So if you guys saw that yesterday, then you would have hit that. So I'm going to talk about what happened yesterday real quick. Like I said, it's right here is the Blue Jays. They ended up winning 10-4, like I mentioned. That came through. Then I had Elliot Ramos to get a hit. He actually got 2 hits, which that won. And then we had some under RBIs, Nick Allen and Nacho Alvarez, and then Eduardo Julian. He didn't end up playing. So overall, that came through. And then Bo Bichette and Shohei Ohtani. You can see right there, they were supposed to get 1 hit, but they actually got 2 hits. And it doesn't matter. They still pay out the same for 1 or 2 hits or 5 hits. It doesn't matter. As long as they get 1 hit, it's a win. So overall, it was a perfect day. It was a 4-0. And you could see there was more than 1 play, but I combined them together as a parlay to get better odds. And that came through for us. So if you haven't done so, guys, make sure you subscribe. I give away a lot of free information. I gave away the Blue Jays for you guys yesterday. That came through. And let me talk about the two plays that I really like. So I haven't had a perfect day since July 20th. So it's been about 2-3 weeks. It's difficult to get a perfect day, but I'm glad when it happens. So I don't expect perfect days, but when they do, they're great. So let me get into how I was able to do this. Let me share this tab. So this is because of the Sharp Edge. This is a tool that I use, and also Outlier, and they're both linked in the description under tools that we use. Okay, so let me get right into it. I start here with the Sharp Edge. It gives me 4 teams today to be looking at, and I actually showed you some of the teams that were shown there yesterday. If you guys want to go check those out. But anyways, this tool right here, I'm going to give it away for free for 7 days. Check out the link in the description and type in the word Sharp, and that'll give you 7 days for free. Good morning. Great picks yesterday. Thanks. Yeah, you're welcome. Yeah, what's up, Scott? So the way I start this research, I get a list of all the breakdowns of all the games every morning, and then I sort it through and I look at the best stuff. And then once I see all the best stuff, and then I go and do my other research. So I actually start with this research that you're seeing here, and I make sure that it's actually a good play before I even get started. If it looks like crap, I don't even really look at it. So that's why I'm able to kind of do this a lot easier than I used to, because before I would just kind of do the entire research for every game, and that shit takes forever. So what I'm saying is, don't go with these. I guess what I'm trying to say is, don't go with these plays. These are not confirmed. These are just very high confidence plays. So you can even see it says right here, these are leans. They're not final plays. So for example, I'm going to give you an example here. Philadelphia is dominating at home, 37-20. And then the Orioles are horrible on a road, 24-36. Phillies are on a 3-game winning streak, and so on. So it gives you a bunch of data why it believes that it's a strong play. Again, massive team gap. So now we're looking at the Toronto Blue Jays. Massive team gap, 67-48. Colorado is one of the worst teams. Gausman outclasses Freeland dramatically. Toronto already won the first 2 games, 15-1. And the second game they just won yesterday, 10-4. The Rockies' home record is very, very bad, 16-41. So you can see this gives you a lot of information in a very short sentence or paragraph. So from there, you can just kind of start looking around and see if you want to go with these teams. So again, Ohtani 2.40 ERA, and so on. And I'm not going to read the rest of this stuff, but you can see it gave me 4 teams to look at. I don't just go based on this. This is just like a starting, something to look at, but it's a good start. So once I have that information, that's actually found on the Sharp Edge as well. You just click on where it says Sharp Plays. Right now it says 0. I have to update this, but whatever. There's games in there. All right, now I'm going to get into the first game that I really like. It's going to be Toronto Blue Jays. We went with these guys yesterday. The line started at a 205. It's currently at a 210. So it is shifting in the right direction. The bets are 92%, and then the money is 92%. There is no pitcher data. It just didn't show up when I ran this. Bullpen is better, 3.94 versus 3.0. I will tell you, I did look at the pitching, and the pitching, like I mentioned over here, was Gausman versus Freeland, and Freeland is very bad compared to Gausman. So let me get back into it. Sorry. All right. So the bullpen is better. The starting pitcher is better. Now we look at the overall records for batting in general. You can see in the last 30 days, if you click anywhere in here, 30 days, 14 days, 7 days, Toronto outnumbers Colorado for batting. Also, same thing for pitching. Look at this horrible ERA for pitching for Colorado. It's almost at a 10, which is horrible for the last 10 games. And now for the last 30, even for the last 30, they're at a 7.4, which is very bad. Now you got the win probability, 77%, projected score 7.5 versus a 5. And then you can see the B grade, B minus, B compared to D minus, F. And this is just like school. And then this is the first half information. So if they're winning in the first half, depends on the starting pitcher and all that. So those are just extra metrics to take a look at. And then the win percentage, again, this is the win probability from all these numbers, 71% chance to win. And then this is the one I like to focus in on this one a lot too, is that Colorado, for them, in order to be batting in the ninth because they're at home, then it's a very, very, very high odds. As you can see right there, 3.25 is very, very heavily favored, extremely heavily favored to be batting in the ninth. What that means is they're going to be losing the game according to the sports books. All right, now we don't even have to read all these numbers and all these graphs, but you can just see all the green is on the left, which is Toronto. All the red is on the Colorado. So they just outnumber them in every scenario there. Also, it's telling you that the games are going to be going on the over. I don't look at the over-unders just yet, but they are playing in Colorado, and I believe the line is extremely high, so I'm not touching it. But that's something you might want to look at. So let me show you my slip. Here it is. Toronto Blue Jays, I got them at a money line at a 210. And the only reason I did money line and not the spread or like a -1 or anything like that is because we were kind of on a slower slump to begin the month. And I just want to get some wins under the belt and then get back to a little bit back to normal. But anyways, I'm going with the money line. If you trust the Blue Jays enough, then you can go and do like a -1 or something like that. The other team that I like is the Dodgers. The Dodgers I have not gone with too many times this year, but they are looking good today. You can see the Dodgers opening is -200. It was started at 200. It's at a -205. The money and the bet percentage, 88% of the bets are coming on the Dodgers. 83% of the money is coming in on the Dodgers. And then this did populate the pitchers because they did have pitchers. This is not correct. I think this is a little bit so we get data from a lot of different places. Sometimes the data is not shown correctly and stuff like that. So it's not that something is not working. It's that there's just not enough data. But I believe Shohei Ohtani has pitched more than once this season. I may be wrong on that. I don't know. But it does say 0-0, 2.40 ERA compared to 3.96 ERA. So over here it does tell you they're both league averages. So there is no strong indication on who's a better pitcher from this graph. But then we go deeper here, and it does say St. Louis does have a better bullpen. So that's a little bit of a negative because the relieving pitchers are better overall for St. Louis. And even the last three games, it's 2.97 for St. Louis versus a 4.24. So an ERA for pitching actually has to be lower. The lower, the better on the ERA. So you can see right there clearly the bullpen is better for St. Louis. So again, you might want to, if you want to check this out, you want to confirm this. You want to make sure you look at the picture, how good. Actually, let me take a look. Let me just take a look here. Give me a second. So let's go for the Dodgers. So this is one of the websites we pulled data from. There's a lot of them, but this is one of them. And this is basically just going and clicking on Shohei Ohtani. So it was correct. There's 0-0. They didn't give him the win or a loss. And he only pitched, what was this? 17 strikeouts, 5 walks, 2.4 ERA. So he has not pitched at all. I think it looks like he only pitched 1 game this season. So that's not a good sign. If you want to skip this game, I'm giving you all the hints. Maybe you should skip this game. I already put it in. I don't like taking my money out. I did all the other research besides the starting pitchers, but everything else looks good. You can see the overall batting average is the last 7 days. It goes towards Los Angeles. They do tend to get more runs. OPS is a lot stronger overall. Again, this is last 7. And then the pitching, like I mentioned, the ERA overall is 2.4. And then what else? The strikeouts, they do tend to have more strikeouts. So overall, it does say that 69% chance, 68% chance to win. Projected score 5.5 versus 4. Look at all this green over here compared to all this yellow. So it is saying 72% chance. This is just an overall picture. And then for Los Angeles not to bet in the 9th, what this means, again, is that they're at home, and it's saying that they're not going to bat. And you can see that's green because it's saying it's a high odd that they're not going to be batting in the 9th, which means that they should be winning the game. Okay, look at all this green compared to all the red, and now it's flip-flopped. You can see it's on Los Angeles. On the right side, it's all green versus St. Louis on the left. So that's what it is, okay? What else did we see? This is a big one as well. St. Louis is struggling. They've only won 23% of their last 17 games, okay? So do you take all the information for what it is? I'm taking the Dodgers money line, and I'm taking the Blue Jays money line. So those are the 2 plays that I have for you guys. If you guys like this breakdown, if you like this, make sure you comment, make sure you like, make sure you subscribe, and then check out the Sharp Edge. That's the link is in the description. And then you would go to Sharp Edge and type in the code word SHARP, and you would get 7 days for free on this software right here. All right, I do have about 11 batter props. 2 of those are going to be given for free. Let me get out of this screen. So 2 of the batter props are going to be given for free later today. He's already working on the video. It's going to be two batters to get 1 hit, but that's going to be on the YouTube short. So if you haven't done, make sure you subscribe. That way, when we post a video, you'll get an alert. You can put the little notification bell, and then you'll get the 2 batter props for free. And if you want overall batter free picks, make sure you go to the link in the description and type it or click on where it says free picks. All right, guys. Any questions? Anybody? I'll be on here for a few more minutes if you have questions. Otherwise, I'm going to be hopping off. But I do like the Blue Jays, and I like the Dodgers. No questions? All right, guys. Thank you so much. Let's have a great day. Perfect day yesterday, 4-0. Let's keep it going.